But I picked this road because, well, we can get a little acceleration with it. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're gonna be going over the all-new 2021 Ford Ranger Tremor, and let's get straight into the video. Under the hood of the Ranger Tremor, we have a turbocharged 2.3 liter four-cylinder that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Combined fuel economy is 19 miles per gallon, with power outputs being 270 horsepower and then 310 pound-feet of torque. Let's go over the front end of the Ranger Tremor. So first off, this particular one is finished in the most beautiful red paint. You guys can see the metallic flake there, just looks absolutely fantastic. And then coming down below, we've got these full LED lights with the projector bulbs. The fog lights are also LEDs, and then notice we've got parking sensors all along the front end, tow hooks here at the bottom, and the Ranger Tremor does add skid plates under to protect the truck as well. You guys can kind of see the first little section right there, and then notice even the protection right there, which I think that's also pretty neat. And then notice with the grille here how they have the red inserts and how that all looks here on the Tremor. And yeah, other than that, there's the front end. Now coming on the side here, we've got 17-inch wheels, and wrapped around that we have 32s. They are 265 millimeter, if you guys are wondering on the exact width. I love how they did the metallic gray for the wheels themselves. And you guys can see these tires are actually really aggressive. They're gonna do great on the off-road from a grip perspective. And in the rear, it has the exact same setup. Now let's talk about these shocks and suspension here with the Ranger Tremor. So first off, we've got 2-inch Fox dampers on all four corners, which I think that's absolutely awesome. And the rear ones actually have external reservoirs as well. Now this actually gives you a little bit more ground clearance, 9.7 inches here with the Ranger Tremor. And then on top of the extra ground clearance that you get here with the Ranger Tremor, you actually get a little bit more suspension travel, 6.5 inches in the front and 8.1 inches in the rear. And then your maximum approach angle is 30.9 degrees, with the departure angle being 25.5 degrees, and then the brake over being 24.2 degrees, which, yeah, just crazy with the off-road. And then let's show you guys everything that's happening here in the, well, at least what we can see of the rear. Obviously they have all this protection here to protect the components of the rear, so they've got some stuff covered up. But you can see you still get leaf springs here with the Tremor Ranger, but other than that, you can't really see too much. I'll kind of get underneath the truck here so you guys can get a better look at everything that's kind of happening back there. But yeah, that's the suspension part of it. Now it's hard for me to give you guys a full side view because I don't have enough space in the driveway, sadly, but here's kind of like a little pano, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. Notice you got the Tremor sticker on the back, and then this does have off-road side steps that have been added as part of this Tremor package. Yes, I'm wearing Tevas with socks, don't judge me, or actually judge me because it's crazy. And then you've got your Ranger Lariat badge right there because it says built off the Lariat package. You can also get the Tremor in the XLT package, but again, there's another side view. Over the bed of the Ranger Tremor. So first off, payload is 1,431 pounds, and then notice that we've got a full spray and liner here from the factory, which looks absolutely fantastic. And there's a ton of bed space back here, actually. I mean, you know what, we're going to do a new test with the bed space, so I'm actually going to hop up into the truck here. Ooh. And we are going to lay down, and guess what, we fit in the bed of the Tremor, and I'm blind because of the sun, so I'm kind of dying here. But suffice to say, you can sleep in the back of the Tremor bed, so it's got enough space. Now let's go to the rest of the rear of the Tremor. So first off, we've got these full LED lights here in the back, which look absolutely fantastic. I love the look of them when they're on. When they're off, they don't look nearly as cool. You guys can see if I lock the truck right here. So I mean, they still look good, but when they're on, yeah, that's where it's at. We've got parking sensors all along the back here. Towing capacity is about 7,500 pounds with the Ranger Tremor, so even though this has an off-road package, you don't lose any towing capability. Now here's the door panel on the back of the Tremor. Notice we've got the soft touch leather here, and then down below with the stitching. It's all wrapped around your window control. You still get the normal Ranger door handles, and then your door lock and unlock here on the back doors, and some cup holders down below. But first off, let's pop in. And by the way, the Ranger is actually pretty low to the ground. Obviously, it has good ground clearance, but these side steps do help out with getting in. But if I'm like 5'11", if you're my height, you can pretty much just like step right across. You don't even need the side steps is what I'm trying to say. And you guys can see headroom's really good. I actually fit back here legroom wise. And as always, what are those? But Looking over here, we've got some extra storage space, and then we've got a full power outlet here in the back, which is nice. Couple of USBs, and then this pulls down to be some cup holders. And then notice with the seats, full leather, because again, this is the Lariat package with the stitching down the center and then around the headrest, all that kind of stuff. And then the window, you can open it up from the rear here because it's a manual operation. Now here's a door panel in the front of the Ranger Tremor. So again, you've got the beautiful leather here with the stitching that goes across, and then more here at the top. And then you've got your window controls, and notice you've got the auto there for the driver. And then the door lock and unlock, and then one of the speakers of the sound system just down below, some cup holders. And then here are the front seats, which I love the look of the front seats here on the Tremor. So it says Tremor there. Notice they've got the Alcantara here in the center portion. They have the leather strip down that part, and then more Alcantara on the bottom. These seats are actually very comfortable to sit in. Sorry about my shadow. But you've got a partial power adjustment and then manual adjustment for that rear part. And then you can see the pedal layout down below. You do get floor mats right here. They do say Ranger on them. And then notice you've got the light control just up above. Steering wheel adjustment is manual, and there's one more look before we pop in. Now here's the steering wheel in the Ranger Tremor. So first off, you've got the leather all around the steering wheel, and then you've got the stitching there on the center portion. And then coming over here, you've got the controls for one of these sides of the center stack, and then for the other side. And then notice down below here, you've got your voice command, volume controls, phone controls, and then you do have your cruise control with the follow function. We've got your turn signal stock right there, and then we've got our windshield wiper stock on the other side, and that's all for the steering wheel. Now here's the center stack. So first off, over there on the right side, this is kind of like your media tab basically. So it's got your entertainment, navigation, phone, and then on the left side, this is kind of like your vehicle information tab. So it's got all the different display modes. And this truck, by the way, so far has been averaging 21.4 miles per gallon. That's before any of my personal testing. That's just when the truck was given to me, what it's had for the average, which I think is really good because that's above what the EPA rates it at for the combined miles per gallon. So that's really good. And then obviously you got the speed there, front and center. And then the last thing is we do have some drive modes, which again will pop up there on the left side. You've got your normal, grass, gravel, snow. You've got your mud and your ruts, and then you've got your sand mode, which will kind of change everything with the truck. And then it also does come with a sport mode, and that's associated with the shifter. So here at the top of the dash, we've got the auxiliary switches, which I think is so awesome how they've integrated this into the Tremor. Now these are the same auxiliary switches you get in the Raptor, just different location. You've got 6 of them. So what I have to say about this is if you get a Ranger Tremor, fill up all 6, and if you say that would be really hard to do, well, handle it. Now here's the center infotainment system. First off, response time is really good. You guys know that I like this infotainment system. I had it in my 2020 Raptor. You do get Android Auto and Apple CarPlay with it, and if we pop it into reverse, you've got the backup camera with trajectory lines. You also have a zoom in function that'll basically help it so you can get a little bit better viewpoint if you're going to hook up to a trailer. And then these lines do turn with the steering wheel. So overall, from an infotainment system perspective and a camera system perspective, it's really solid. Resolution on it is really good with the camera, as you guys could see. And then yes, it does come with ambient lighting, which the Tremor sticker, or not sticker, but logo has red on it. So that means that our ambient lighting color choice is going to be red. Now down below here, we've got analog controls for the radio and then analog climate controls. This does come with heated seats, and then you've got a couple 12 volts and then some USBs down there in that area with some extra storage space. And then over here, notice that you've got your off-road cruise control. That is your tow mode, so just press that if you want to go into the tow mode. Your parking sensors, turn them off, your auto stop start, locker for the rear, and then your stability control. And then we've got our drive line select here, so you've got your 4-wheel low, 4-wheel high, 2-wheel high, and then this is your drive mode select that you guys saw earlier with the different drive modes. And then here's the shifter for that 10-speed automatic, which you can shift the gears yourself if you want. And then that S stands for the sport mode. Couple cup holders right here, and then we've got a traditional e-brake. And then notice we've got the center console here, which normal center console has nice leather there at the top, and just look how padded that is. It's like a pillow. And then coming over here, notice we've got a pretty normal glove box, says Ranger at the top, and then we've got more stitching. And don't worry, no center consoles were harmed in the making of this video. I very lightly patted it. I promise I didn't hit it too hard. Coming over here, we've got a sunglass holder at the top, universal garage door openers, and then a lighter colored headliner. Notice there is a light there for the rear. So we've got the pricing information here for this Ranger. You guys can see the base MSRP is $38,785, and then we do have some extra equipment that's been added to this truck. But the one that you're probably most interested in is the Tremor package. So that's $42.90. But after destination delivery and all that, the MSRP on this particular truck would be $48,100. Let's take it out and see how it drives. Well, let's quickly talk about visibility here in the Ranger Tremor before we set off. So first off, visibility over the hood is really good. It's a smaller size truck, so you always have better visibility than the larger size trucks. There's your visibility through both the mirrors. They do have blind spot monitoring. And then here's throughout the rest of the rear, which just like any other Ranger. And that all being said, let's set off. So we are setting off here in the 2021 Ford Ranger Tremor. And before we go through all of the driving portion, I do want to mention I will be driving up and down a canyon, not in this video, but for another video. So if you want to see how this performs up and down a canyon, then definitely look for that video after this one. I'll probably post it several days later. But I picked this road because, well, we can get a little acceleration with it. I love the sounds of the 2.3. You guys know that I have a Focus RS right now and has the same exact engine as this. So you guys know I'm already a fan of this engine, but in the truck, it does a really good job. I definitely just love the low-end torque that you get from the 2.3. And a lot of other trucks in this segment use naturally aspirated engines. This one, being turbocharged, performs a lot better at elevation. We're at about 4,500 feet. When I do my canyon run for the other video, we're gonna go up to about almost like 9,000 feet in elevation. And a naturally aspirated engine just loses so much power when you have that elevation gain. But a turbocharged engine like this just keeps punching, and so it's great. But let's talk about the road noise and the ride quality here with the Ranger Tremor. So first off, from a ride quality perspective, it's very smooth. When you go over any areas in the road that are not very nice, when you go over bumps, all that kind of stuff, it's just so smooth. And that's a benefit to having a truck like this that has off-road type suspension. And then in terms of the noise, it's really good. You don't hear a ton of tire noise. You guys know it, again, it does have the 32s, which definitely help mitigate some of the noise. Another acceleration, because we can. That's good for accelerating up a hill from the start. That's really good from an acceleration standpoint. But let's talk about some other stuff. What about the steering? What about the feel of the truck? So in terms of the steering, it's really direct for a truck, and I love how the Ranger Tremor handles. It has this nice, light, small feel, which I really appreciate, and I'm excited to take this truck off-road because I feel like it's just gonna destroy all the trails that I use for testing because of how light and nimble it is and because of how good the turn-in is with the Ranger. Like, look at this. I know it's not a crazy big corner, but the Ranger just has such nice turn-in. It's just really, really good. So from a steering perspective, huge thumbs up for me. And we're gonna go up the road a little bit where there's a handling area. We are now driving on a little bit of a curvy road here for the Ranger Tremor, just to have a little bit of fun in today's review, and also we can kind of talk about handling and then sum things up for today's video. So first off, from a handling perspective, like I said, turn-in is great. The front end of the truck feels really light, and you could actually have some fun driving with this truck on road. You kind of just chuck it into a corner just like you would a sports car and just full throttle out of the corner and have a little bit of fun. It drives great. You guys can see here with the turn-in, it's really good for a truck. And that's one thing I do love about just mid-sized trucks, is they definitely have nice handling. And yeah, the Ranger is no different. And then the nice thing definitely is with the suspension and shocks and everything with this truck, definitely smooths everything out. You do feel a little bit of body roll, but for a truck, it's really good. It actually mitigates quite a bit of it. So from a turn-in perspective and everything, again, for a truck, it is really, really good. And well, of course, we'll turn our turn signal on at like the last possible second. That's how we do things here in Utah. It's okay, we got our 2.3 to get us back up to speed, guys. But let's get into summing things up here with the Ranger Tremor. So first off, from the exterior styling perspective, just like all the other Rangers, I think it's a good looking truck. I think that they just nailed it with styling with the Rangers. And then from the interior perspective, I love these front seats. It would have been cool if they had the same seat material in the back, but I get it from a practicality standpoint of not having these seats in the back. The Alcantara is going to be harder to clean than the straight leather that you have in the rear, and so it's actually practical to have full leather there on the back, because again, that's going to be easier to clean. And then in terms of the other stuff, you guys can see it just takes the bump so well. From the suspension and the steering and all that kind of stuff, it's really good on road. And so if you guys are looking into this truck and kind of wondering if this is a good vehicle to daily drive, it would be perfect. And yeah, I mean, it's smooth, it looks good. It's not crazy stylistically like you have seen with the Ranger Raptors they sell overseas, or with the actual Raptor, but it still looks cool for an off-road package, and the tires definitely kind of give it more of an aggressive look. So overall, I definitely think it's a really nice looking package. And yeah, if you're in the market for a mid-sized off-road truck, you have to check out this new Tremor package. And don't worry, I will be taking this off-road in the very near future. Now that's going to sum things up for our video on this 2021 Ford Ranger. And sorry, the tree's kind of in the way. Hopefully you can see that a little bit better. But I'll see all of you guys in the next video.